work Ollie did exclusively on the bathroom expansion that we needed to do to get the phase 1 permit done. Every single item on that bill is for the bathroom, so we're moving it to the next approval. So what we're asking, Marcia went and did a recap of the reserve and capital project manager expenses, and it was determined at that recap that $3,719.53 were booked against reserve, and it should have been booked against capital. So it's just a bookkeeping cleanup phase, and again, we agreed to be transparent, so we need the board to approve that. We're moving that from reserve into capital.
I'll entertain a motion. Board discussion?
We had a breakdown of the project manager fees, and there was one for Smart Interiors for $3,750. Was that over the contract amount of $2,500?
I don't believe so.
Further board discussion or questions? Any resident comment? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Neil, can I state the next one? Because we modified it based on the recommendation from our treasurer.
Wait a minute, who? You didn't ask for, I didn't ask for any nays. Any nays? Okay. What?
Okay, number 3, but as I stated just a second ago, the $8,300 project manager invoice is entirely related to the bathroom project. The bathroom project, just to remind the board and the residents, was a project we had to do to get the phase 1 permit approved. So instead of approving it separately with the project manager expense, we want to get it, have a change the motion to say approve expenditures for additional bathrooms required for the approval of phase 1 construction permit and new facilities office for capital not to exceed $90,000. That would be $80,000 for the construction bill, $8,300 for Ollie's bills, and that's for services already performed, and $1,700 in case we fall behind and have to hire Ollie. Ollie can inspect, but if he inspects, he charges. If Pasco inspects, it's free. But if we fall behind and need to get them done, I want a little bit, $1,700, a little bit of leeway in there, so we don't have to come back to the board with $1,000 for inspection expense.
I'll entertain a motion. For a second? Wilson, second. Board discussion?
I don't have a mic, so this one's not working. It's got amnesia.
He took the bathroom away.
Okay. Okay, I'll be very loud. The question, the 1,700 that is requested is fine, but, you know, we got surprised. Thank you. We got surprised with a bill, you know, for the permits. Is this a fee that you feel comfortable asking, or is there a possibility that we're looking at not that number?
No, Kevin and I talked about this earlier. Kevin rose this question to myself, to Mark, and to Gary, and to Larry when we met earlier before the board meeting, working on some numbers for phase 2. And what it is we learned from the last, I wanted not to exceed 90, and it's only $1,700 different. The $8,300 bill is for Ollie, it's already services rendered, and the $80,000 is Bob Carroll's bill to build all this. We just went and put the furnishings in there. So we just wanted $1,700, which is very little, just in case we get behind and have to hire Ollie, who can do the inspections. But he charges us. If we don't, we're going to have to wait. We're going to do them and come back and have to get you to approve it, something we already spent. We're just trying to tell you in advance that could happen. And if we don't need it, obviously, we won't spend it.
Okay. Do I have a motion? No, we already have a motion on the floor. Any further board discussion?
Are we on number 3?
Yes.
And it's changed from 80,000 to...
We put the 83, Bob, from the previous motion with it because it relates completely to the bathroom project, and I'm asking for $1,700 just in case Ollie has to either do any more mechanical work or, more importantly, he can inspect if the county. It took us 2 weeks, for instance, to get this inspected at the fitness center. So I just want to have the option of going to Ollie if we have to keep the project.
So is this now 81,700?
No, it's 90,000, not to exceed 90. Yeah, that would be 80 plus 83 plus 17.
And I have a question. Where's,
No, go ahead. I'm confused.
where does the wood shop go?
We are in the process of phase 2 of drawing the expansion. They have led us to believe that if we put 3 additional bathrooms in the expansion, they're going to approve it. So Ollie's redrawing the expansion in phase 2, and it is fairly certain that they're going to approve the expansion, which the wood shop is going to be in the expanded area in the front. If the wood shop does not go there, if for some reason we don't do the expansion, we intend to put the wood shop in the car park.
I have a question. Is this new facility, is this item 3 not to exceed $80,000 or is that changing?
90.
It's 90.
Yes, the 80 and 83 plus 17 would be 90.
So to include, Neil, it's the $80,000 plus, instead of asking for a separate approval on the 8,300 for the permitting work, it's now dropping down to number 3. So it's
Okay.
$80,000
Okay.
plus the 8,300
Got it.
plus the 1,700 cushion.
Okay. I thought that's what I heard, but I didn't know that we had brought it. Okay, good.
I'm confused, how does Ollie inspection rather than council?
The county approves him as an inspecting engineer. He inspected the entire phase 1 project, except for the fitness center.
So, isn't that a conflict?
No, he's a registered engineer that's bonded, and that county does it all the time.
Any further board discussion?
I'm going to rephrase my question. Where is the equipment in the wood shop going while the office is under construction?
The car park. They're not going to be able to use it.
How long?
We're not
Uh-huh.
sure. It just depends on, I can't answer that question right now, Bob, because until we find out what the county's going to do with this bump out, if we do it and bump it out, then it won't be down there very long, because we're rebuilding the new car barn in approximately, what, Mark, by May? It'll be open, the bump out? Yeah, so we'll have it back, but if not, and if for some reason we don't do the bump out and it goes to the car barn, it's a fairly elaborate retrofit of the car barn to put it down there. So we have to go get engineering studies, we have to get Ansel systems put in, we have to check with OSHA to see what they're going to require, we have to get an air conditioner for down there, so I can't answer that until phase 2 is permitted.
Further board comment?
But I think, Bob, I think it's important to know that it could be out of commission for a while.
Right.
See, I don't see how you can do something like this without scoping what the next phase is and having contingencies and timelines for those alternative plans that you have.
I think we've lost complete understanding of what this vote's on. The bathrooms and the office were part of a phase 1 permit. If we didn't do these bathrooms, the new bar would not be there, the restaurant wouldn't be there, nothing that we did, the fitness center wouldn't be there, they would not approve it. The caveat to approve it is we add 3 more bathrooms. And so we added Gary's office because it's in an electrical room to keep in a violation of OSHA.
Further board comment? Any resident comment?
Nobody signed up.
I'm confused because you were talking expansion and bump out, and the last I had heard, you weren't necessarily doing expansion.
That's changed.
It's changed.
Yes, it's a very fluid.
I haven't heard the board talk about what the plan was. I know you need bathrooms. I know it was part of the permit,
Yeah.
but
Bonnie, just comments? I can't answer any more questions. Yeah.
I made a comment. I'm confused.
Bonnie, you get to be an expert here.
I'll meet with you, Bonnie, tomorrow and explain it to you. We're just approving bathrooms right here. That's all we're approving, bathrooms.
It looks like you're approving more.
No. We're discussing more, trying to
Move on,
explain.
please.
Move on, please.
Move
So
on.
we have another resident comment here. Do you have a comment? Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Actually, I don't think people. No, I don't think according to Florida statute.
We've never had people stay.
I tried to do that a few times earlier in my tenure, it didn't work.
That's all I do.
Yeah. So is that a no or a yes? No? There's a no, Bob? Okay. Actually, an abstain is actually counted as a no, I think. No, not necessarily. I'm getting over my head right there. Item number 4, approve exception to the board payment policy.
We polled the board earlier this month. What's happened is none of the projects in phase 2 are going to exceed 10% rule, which is 10% of the combined combined master association and reserve budgets, which is approximately $5 million, which would be $500,000. None of the projects are going to exceed that. And the other problem is that Bob Carroll has already started phase 2 based on the problems we had in phase 1 with the stuccoing above the new bar, the stuccoing above the new fitness center, and some other work that we've done. We had to order and pay for the lobby windows, which is part of phase 2. So what we're asking is that we write an exception for this to say that Bob Carroll stays on as the contractor in phase 2 and 3.
No big project or?
No, it's big.
Hold on, please. You can comment in a minute. You do, Bill?
Yes.
I'll entertain a motion. Okay. Board discussion.
This is just Bob Carroll.
What?
Just,
Yeah, Bob Carroll and all his subs, the people that have done all the work in here already, all the electricians, the plumbers, they've already got work
well, we're
going
not
on.
going to need smart interiors until 2012. Why don't we wait till then to approve them?
Well, what about, we selected all the paints and everything? Do we have anything that we're going to use smart that you can think of? Till we get to the rooms? That's fine, we don't need to include smart interiors.
Is smart interiors part of this or not?
No,
Well, it's
It's part of the right.
We'll have to amend the motion.
we'll amend it.
That's why I was asking.
Exclude smart interior.
Yeah, amend the motion to exclude smart interiors.
Made the motion, Chairman.
Okay. I amend my motion to approve the exception to the board policy manual.
Fun. And to not approve smart interiors for this phase of the construction.
We didn't hear that.
We're approving the contractor, Bob Carroll, to continue with the phase of doing the bathrooms, the roofing, and the stuccoing of the rest of the clubhouse as the next phase. We are not including smart interiors to be part of this because we don't need them in this.
Well, that's not part of the motion.
It was part of the
I
original
know it's
motion.
part of the original motion.
Janice is amending to say smart interiors, it's not going to be.
Amending it according to Val's request.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay. Any board discussion? Further?
Janice said something about including phase 2, but I think we were after phases 1, 2,
And 3, which includes the kitchen. Yeah.
Right.
You're right.
Can someone explain?
Amend your motion for the second time?
Okay.
Let's make sure we have this clear, please. Not being critical.
No,
Just want to make sure for the record that we've got it clear.
okay.
So,
We are approving the exception to the board payment policy by approving that Bob Carroll is on to do the phase 1 completion, 2, and 3. We are not approving smart interiors to be a part of this motion.
I think we're